Questions? Yeah.
With the elbow on the ground, is it under your hip or is it on your hip?
Good question. So I'm in my posture here. I have my kickstand leg and my elbow to hip here and my Stephen Hawking head. The question is the elbow on the hip or under the hip? And I think it makes a difference. If my elbow is under my hip, it makes it infinitely easier to roll the quarters. So if I suddenly decide my goal is to go to quarters, usually I don't go right away until I get this elbow in like that. And then once this elbow's in, it's nearly impossible for the bottom guy to stop you going to quarters. When the elbow's in front and you're trying to go to quarters, it acts like a speed bump. As you're trying to roll the quarters, you have to roll over that elbow, and it's an impediment to getting to quarters. So when I'm working this game with the guy and I'm blocking out and I decide guard pull is no longer going to be an option because he's too tight or he's got handles in a funky way, I got to go to quarters, I'm going to slide that one in like that. And then once I slide that one in, it's going to be really easy to go to quarters at that point once you get that in.
You won't use that if you're going to pull guard? Would that?
I don't know. Sometimes if I'm trying to pull guard, I'm a little leery of not having this other hand to block if I need, or to frame, but I guess you probably could. I don't know. Does anybody have any experience with that? Of having this elbow in and still pulling guard?
It's hard. I mostly pull my elbow in, and I can't go to guard from there very easy.
Yeah.
I keep it out there too if I want to go to guard.
Maybe that's a logical answer. So, guard, quarters, guard, quarters maybe? I don't know. That sounds reasonable, but like everything in jiu-jitsu, it's, you know, there's exceptions to the rule. Do you have any ideas?
Well, it's also the one opening presents itself when the guy blocks the other one. So
yeah.
If I'm really fighting to go to quarters and he's really trying to kill it, it's easier to play guard strategically but not mechanically.
Right.
So it's
Yeah.
a trade-off.
Yeah.
It's harder to go straight to guard, but it's easier to go, I'm going to quarters, oh no, I'm going to guard.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's beautiful jiu-jitsu. You always get, sometimes you give a guy an opposite energy because he can't defend opposite directions at the same time. So that makes sense. If you threaten quarters, it opens up guard. If you threaten guard, it opens up quarters. But I think that's probably true. So why don't we go out into introduction stage and then just practice pulling guard and quarters from the position with your partner. So your partner is going to give you a little bit of energy but not resistance. And let's noodle with the elbow in and out, pulling guard and going to quarters and see what happens with your partner. Let's just try that in introduction stage.